Hello all, welcome to our May lunch bunch. Still great to get together informally each month, even if it is through Zoom. Just getting together with alumni and staff and students and friends of the university to catch up on what's going on at Mines. I'm Bill Zish, class of 79 mining and president of the Mines Alumni Board. So thank you for taking time to join us today. If this is your first lunch bunch, welcome. For those that are returning and are regular, welcome back as well. This month, we will shine the spotlight on our Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences Department, the HASS department, chaired by Dr. Hussein Amory. Today, we'll learn about several of the initiatives in the department and how their work in the department contributes to making for a well-rounded engineer. Hope you learn a little bit about the right brain initiatives and meet a few of the staff, the faculty that make them happen. Before we start, a few reminders. Several of you have submitted questions in advance. If a question comes up during the discussion, use the chat room, please. All of our lunch bunch programs are recorded, so you can go back and look at previous ones if you're interested, and you can access those on the alumni website at weare.mines.edu. And lastly, if you have any other ideas for speakers or interests that you might have, let us know. We always appreciate that. And with that, I'm going to hand the program over to Dr. Amory to get us started. Hussein? Hussein, you're muted.
Thanks, Bill. Hello, good to meet everyone, or virtual as it may be. I'm Hussein Amory, I'm the department head, and I've been at Mines since 1997 and chair for the last 5 years. And the department is in the process of choosing a new chair. So the next time around you hear from HASS, chances are it'll be a new department head speaking to you. And I must say, this is my first lunch bunch, and I'm very excited about the opportunity to share with you some of the, some broad overviews of what we do in HASS and where we're going, and some of the research expertise that we have in our department. So can you see my first slide there? Yeah, okay, good. So this is the building that you're probably familiar with, Stratton Hall. And with me on this call is my good colleagues, Sandy Woodson and Bob Klimek. Sandy will cover the ethics domain and that we do in HASS, and Bob will cover the arts and music domain. Most of you would have known Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences Department with this previous name as LIIS, Liberal Arts and International Studies Division. And the division is now a department. I won't go into the details of that, but we'll leave that as it may be. Okay, what we try and do in HASS is we try to essentially, in a word, provide a social, cultural, political, historical context for scientists and engineers that the School of Mines graduates. So we try to provide the social science and humanities context. So context is a key word here in terms of what we try and do in the department. Here are the faculty that we have. We have 9 tenure track faculty on the left-hand side of the screen, and we have 12 teaching faculty members. In terms of programs, we have a graduate program by the name of Natural Resources and Energy Policy. and we have 22 students currently, so it's up to a good start. It's a relatively new program. It's about 3-4 years old. We don't have an undergraduate, we don't offer an undergraduate degree, so we don't have our own alumni per se because of that. And I look forward to staying in touch with those of you who may be interested in, who may be fans of HASS and would like to be part of our affinity group that we are trying to build. So the undergraduate level, every single Mayan student is required to take a freshman class, Nature and Human Values, otherwise known as NHV. It's a 4-student credit hour class, and a sophomore, they're also required to take a sophomore class, Global Studies. Many of you may have known Global Studies as a human systems class. And we offer these classes, we offer NHV to about 600 students a semester, and about the same number of students are enrolled in our Global Studies sections. So here's a summary of what we aspire to do in Nature and Human Values. The course focuses on diverse views and critical questions concerning traditional and contemporary issues linking quality of human life and nature and their interdependence. The themes that they cover in this class include ethics, stewardship of Earth, and a lot more. It's an award-winning course, and Global Studies, like I said, used to be known as Human Systems. So when it was Human Systems, it was a one flavor course. We, about 3 years ago, we created, we rebranded the class, reconceptualized the class, and we developed 3 different flavors. One would focus on politics, one on culture, one on the environment, and they all have the same learning objectives. So the music program, that's the area that Bob will speak to, and we have an ethics across campus and a program that Sandy will speak to later on. And we also have a wonderful program that gets a lot of coverage on campus and beyond sometimes. The Hennebach program in the humanities. It's an endowed program, and we invite a lot of wonderful speakers, and including recently a panel of 3 prominent novelists. In terms of undergraduate programs, we have 4 different minors. One is goes by the acronym CCC, Culture, Creativity, and Communication, and another minor on Global Politics and Society, GPS. And the 3rd minor is Environment and Sustainability Studies, and Sandy Woodson is the co-director of that minor. And we have a Music, Audio Engineering, and Recording Arts minor as well. Faculty expertise fall under these different areas, and I should say that as you well know, Minds is focused on STEM disciplines. Therefore, we in HASS house all the humanities, arts, and social sciences disciplines under one roof, kind of thing. Although music is not under our roof physically, right? but they're very much part of us. The only exception in terms of disciplinary coverage is economics and business. They have their own department. And so we have a lot of folks with a lot of faculty members in HASS who come from very, very different disciplinary backgrounds. And here is you see on the screen is the list of expertise that they pay attention to. So the research falls into these areas: ethical perspectives on engineering, warfare, and the environment, engineering ethics, engineering education, ethics and emerging technologies, communication, sustainable community development and social justice, and US history of propaganda and intelligence. And the transition from me to Sandy in a couple of minutes, Sandy will show you a video of the book covers of publications that our faculty have produced in recent years. It'll include the list of these books and a lot more. Where is HASS going? President Johnson launched a few years ago Minds at 150 initiative, and we in HASS have created a committee, a HASS local committee, that we call it HASS at 150. We try to deliberate and think about ways that the department can do to meet the goals of Minds at 150 to support the campus, this huge campus initiative. And we are encouraging and engaged in interdepartmental collaborations. And we are developing more and more experiential courses and service-based courses, both in Metro Denver and abroad. For the last few years, one of my colleagues has been taking students to Nepal on a field course or a study abroad course. And another colleague developed, planned, and did everything that she could to take students to Italy last spring. And then COVID hit and all that was canceled. And the plan is to take students, I believe this August, to Italy. And personally, I'm myself working with a colleague in Jordan to have a study abroad course in the Kingdom of Jordan, focused on water and heritage in the Middle East. We celebrate the success of our faculty and students in lots of different ways. And the person on the right-hand side standing is my former dean, who has since retired. Some of you may know her, Dean Graves, Ramona Graves. And the center picture there, we have recently, well, before, let me introduce the picture. Although our students are focused on STEM disciplines, a lot of science and engineering students have strong creative sides. And we have created space in the department in Stratton Hall to display the creative output of our students. And what you see in the center two pictures are examples of the creative output of our students. And that's all from my side. I don't see Ruth jumping in with any time warnings, so I must be doing okay in terms of time. I would like to pass the microphone on to Sandy. She'll cover ethics and more. Thank you for listening, and obviously I would love to hear your questions when we're all done.
Cool. All right, everybody. So, Hussein, yeah, I need you to stop hogging the screen. And now I get to do that. Yeah, so hi everybody, I'm Sandy Woodson, and and probably some of y'all know me as well. I'm gonna be talking about ethics, but we're first gonna have this really super cool kind of video. I think it's super cool. Anyway, of the book covers, because a lot of people, I think, forget that our faculty do a lot of really cool research. And so, of course, now I am having difficulty finding that. And then I'm going to share the sound. And then I'm going to, whatever. And then I'm going to do that. Okay. And hopefully,
It's 2 minutes long, so it's not
2 minutes long. Yep. And of course, I'm not seeing it in the way that you guys are. Why did it do that? All right, where is it? I'm sorry. Let me find it. Because I'm gonna stop sharing for just a moment. Sorry, everybody, because it wasn't showing on my screen and I couldn't hit play. All right.
Sandy,
Yes.
maybe you can just talk about ethics and I can get the video
Oh,
ready.
that would be
and I can
awesome.
go into
All right.
it after you're done.
Cool. All right. So then I will do this screen. I have so many screens to share. So yeah, I have about 2016, I became the director of ethics across campus, which has been kind of obviously across campus. It's got folks from, it's not a HASS thing, although it's housed in HASS. It's a campus initiative. And so have been working on improving the website because we have this ethics bowl thing going on, which I'm going to talk about, which is a lot of great student activity going with that. And in fact, I have this little image. So our ethics bowl team is it's a competition, right? It's a competition of ideas. And I was really excited. Like during COVID, we could actually have competitions because we could do everything by Zoom. So we had kind of this sport idea going on. And what happens is you could see, this is an image from a regional competition, and you compete against other schools to go to nationals. And the idea behind it is that it's rational discourse, it's civil discourse around really complex issues. And so a lot of the students who are involved in it, at least currently and previously, they want to go to law school. And this is great practice for them to go to law school. So they have joined ethics across the ethics bowl. So this is going to be up here. I'll talk about that a little bit. That's one of the major things going on with ethics across campus. We also have this Daniels Fund program, which has its own fancy schmancy website that I'm also having worked on. We got, I don't know, $200 and some odd $1,000 from the Bill Daniels Fund, and maybe some of y'all are familiar with that already. And what we did with that was that we took money and kind of gave scholarships to faculty who wanted to incorporate ethics into their technical courses mostly. And interestingly to me, like the computer science people like jumped on it because they see there are a lot of ethical dimensions of algorithms and all that we're seeing now. So we've had a lot of computer science people run through that. So, we've had these faculty fellows, and you can see pictures of those folks whenever you want to see them. Up to you. We also brought in a bunch of visiting scholars. So this again was all paid for with the Daniels Fund. And what we're doing, and this should be up hopefully within the next week, is we're going to have all the recordings up and everything here. But we had like 30 people come since like 2016 or so. And part of it is, how to put ethics in the classroom. We had a little bit of Earth Day going on, but here we got inclusion in ethics and computer science. We definitely did some diversity, access, and inclusion, like especially in terms of pedagogy. So bringing in experts on things like that. We've done the ethics of emerging technologies. So that's like, like self-driving cars. I mean, Elon Musk needs an ethics class. So I guess that's no surprise. All right. So we also have developed this nice library with, again, Daniel's money. It's like there's a room, and Hussein kindly let us have this nice space so students and faculty can go in and just look at like ethics texts. Because in our big library, there's no like row that you just go and look at ethics stuff. So we decided we would have that here. So students and faculty can hang out there. There's actually a little coffee machine that you can't see over on the side, and big old chairs to hang out. So we've got this space for, again, students and faculty to use to think about and incorporate ethics and the ethics of particular technologies, things like that. So let us go back to the home page here. I'll do that. Sorry, Ethics Bowl students. Great. So we hosted it a couple of times. We started obviously a little later in 2018. We started the University Ethics Scholars Program, which is these students who do Ethics Bowl. They can get credit for it, but they typically choose not to because they just want to do something that's cool and they don't have to worry about a grade. You can get a credit, but you don't have to, like I said. And so a lot of these students were just doing it. And so we established this kind of honor for students who were participating in Ethics Bowl and had taken ethics classes as well. And so we've graduated some students. We have these great, I think, kind of testimonials from them. These Ethics Bowl students are really motivated and really bright and really good. So we have that. So they're the basics. I'm not going to go through all this, but if you're interested in learning about Ethics Bowl, how it works, you can go to this website, the ethics.minds.edu. It's all right there. And again, meet our teams. We compete. We're typically top 20 in the country. So we typically go to nationals and we usually do pretty well. The difference is, of course, and I've done this now for a while, like this, I've seen over the years, maybe, a handful of engineering and science students on other teams. Nobody fields a team like this. So usually the teams are, philosophy majors or political science majors, economics majors, whatever. Sometimes there's a double major, in like philosophy and biology or something. But yeah, so our students, get the opportunity to go and meet other students who have a whole different skill set or interest set. And usually they're super intimidated and then they're like, wait, I can do this. So it's an unbelievably empowering experience. Obviously, I'm pretty excited about this. I'm the coach. It's pretty much my favorite thing that I do at Minds. And so, yeah, so this was us at Nationals. And then, so we've had different teams over time. It looks like UNC won, but we won. I don't know. The competition was at UNC. So they put that on the trophy. It's kind of hilarious.
So these competitions move around from school to school.
Right. So they're divided. I think there's like 12 regions or something. Okay. And so we're in the Rocky Mountain region. And so then you'll have the regional competition and then and depending on how many teams are in your region, then you get a certain number of bids for the national competition. There are 36 teams will go to nationals. Okay. And we often, like I said, we go to nationals all the time. Well, that's kind of arrogant, but it's true. But when we get to nationals, we hit people who, this is all they've been doing for 4 years. And so, but we always hold our own. And it's amazing. And it's good for students to go to a conference it's a different kind of conference. And in fact, I don't know, is there a picture of her? Yeah, this young woman, I don't know if you can see my arrow down in 2017. She, she's like, this has changed my life. And she's now in law school at CU. And so it's just, and going around, it's just something that they don't typically have access to here. And so, yeah, we fly them places. Let's see, not her. One of the students had never been on a plane before. Yeah. So a lot of times we have students from the honors program and a lot of times we don't. It's kind of a mix because I don't think that just honor students are the ones who are going to be wanting to do it. In any case, so that I'm super excited. I'm going to stop talking about this, but you can take a look about that anywhere you want to. Then we have our research. Interesting. Why are you doing this? Like I said, we're redoing this. I think they might be working on this. Nope, there we go. So we've got some publications. So I don't know if you saw the Asian guy in the one of the previous pictures. That's Chen Zhu, and he's one of those crazy double PhD people, and he's in ethics and in engineering pedagogy. So he and I've been working a lot on trying to improve and expand and kind of make interesting ethics at Minds. And so I'm sure that I'm running out of time. I'm sorry.
If I may put you on the spot, Sandy, I mean, you have a publication that just came out with Chin.
Yeah, I think it's in the, no, it's not, is it? I don't know if it's in the list of books.
What, can you tell us what it's on?
It's just, it's basically, so I have this, an assignment I made up for my ethics class. My regular ethics class is called Ethics Autobiography. And that was in like 2006. And so it has done a lot of different iterations. And when Chen came with his pedagogy background, he's like, nobody does this. I was like, well, that's cool. So what we did was we started researching like how other places, like on other disciplines, use this idea of an ethics autobiography to teach ethics in the professions. And so that's basically, it's about how it can be used, the kind of different ways. There's kind of like the full-blown crazy way that I do it, but there are also some lower impact ways that don't require, that would be more appropriate for like a not pure ethics class. So yeah, so the paper is about, kind of comparing these different approaches and the strengths and weaknesses of them both. So yeah. And so, yeah, that just, I don't know. Yeah, it just came out and I don't even know if I have access to it right now. So yeah. All right, so let me go over here. So I showed you all that and showed you all that. And so Hussein, what do we think about the video?
Ruth, do we have time for a video or should we go to Bob?
We should go to Bob.
And we've got to have Bob's. He's got his little show too. So,
let's do Bob. Let's do Bob.
Okay.
Actually, the little video is on the HASS homepage. So if you are interested in looking at that, you can go to the HASS homepage and click there.
Can I ask a quick question? And maybe this is a good time before Bob begins. But in my mind, and I feel like I should know this, but I don't. So you have the McBride Honors Program.
Right.
And then is HASS under that umbrella, or is it a complementary? So much
it used to be under the HASS umbrella, right? So it used to be kind of the opposite, like McBride was in HASS, right? And then, and of course it's still, and Hussein, if you want me to shut up, just tell me to shut up.
So McBride used to be under HASS, and it's, we had a reorganization about maybe 2 or 3 years ago on campus. And it was put under the University Honors and Scholars Program. It now reports to Tony Lefton.
Okay. So these are separate, but they are kind of congruent.
For sure.
Okay.
Yes,
yes. So much of what you're talking about, I think, is focused on through McBride, but you guys kind of toggle and you're working in parallel. So
yeah, and yeah, McBride draws a lot of its faculty from our department, as you can imagine, right? Sure. And so, yeah. So
and it's led by one of our faculty, right? Melanie Brandt.
Yeah. And Tony is one of our faculty too. So.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay. Sorry, Bob. The floor is yours.
Oh boy. Hussein mentioned the fact that the three of us are some of the elder statespeople in the HASS. And then he showed a picture of the 1900 building. That we didn't take that picture. Just want you to know that. Okay.
That was not taken on
one of us.
Phone camera.
No, that wasn't one of us. Okay, but what I want to do is, because I really want to get some videos so you can see what students have been doing this year, which is the most important thing. We are in HASS, and even if they want to throw us out, we're in HASS. Okay, although we live in a completely different building on the other side of the tracks. So. Basically, a lot of things have happened. I've seen some people here who are from the old music and arts program, and I mean 4 or 5 years ago, and things have changed even since then. And I want you to see what some of those changes are. First, what I'm going to do is really quickly put up a screen. Let's see if you can see it. There, everybody see something coming into view? Okay. Very quickly, I'm just going to go through this. We have the marching band. What you're seeing here, I unfortunately don't have videos of everything this year because it was COVID year. But here's the orchestra here, and that's Dr. Maggie Greenwood. She's conducting the orchestra and the cathedral in Ireland. And down here, of course, is the pep band. These are the programs we offer, and I only want to say one thing about them. We offer programs in 3 different levels now. We offer in the beginning level, which is guitar, piano, and strings, because a lot of students never had a chance to do a musical instrument. So now they have a chance to do it. We supply them with instruments, we supply them with the instruction, and the idea is they have a chance before they graduate to at least get involved with it. We also have a middle level, and you'll see also we have an advanced level, and that's all private instruction. So students, no matter, we're sort of a one-room schoolhouse. Students who come to our program can easily fit in someplace, even if they have no experience or if they have a lot of experience. We also have, as Hussein mentioned, the minor in music technology. I need to mention this about them. They have worked with Smithsonian, and back in about 4 years ago, they produced an album for the Smithsonian, and it was nicked for a Grammy list. So they have gone a long way in a short period. We also have foreign travel that we do. On the left there's orchestra students playing in Peru. On the right, there's a choir on the stage playing with instruments in Krakow, Poland. We've worked with Bob Marley's drummer in Jamaica. In Vietnam, we worked with basically 2 theater groups in Vietnam. And also, wonderful thing happened. Some of our students 10 years ago who have now graduated helped out 10 orphans who basically they were living up in a farm with a farmer and his wife. They had siblings they had to look after. They'd lost their parents. They supplied them with supplies and uniforms and everything. And when we visited them 2 years ago, 3 of them came up to meet the current groups of students that were visiting Vietnam. And they all are in the engineering program in the university in Saigon. And they thanked our 3 students for showing them a way that they could do that. So what the students have done is marvelous. We have a fraternity which goes all the way back into the 1900s. Okay, Kappa Psi, it was revitalized about 4 years ago. These are all our people. A new person here that you might not have seen before is Joseph Bears, who now does theater arts, engineering, and technology. This man is a pro in his field, and we have had theater classes we've been offering now for the past 4 or 5 semesters, and they're all overloaded. Because there's so much interested about theater arts, and technology. We also work with Purdue and their university program of theater arts as well. This was one of the last things the band got to march at. It was a small little crowd of 300,000 people in Rome. They've gotten used to having big crowds. So anyway, this is our jazz band. This was the last time they were able to get out. That's Professor John Cullison there. And they played on the local Cuvo radio jazz show. And then this year, the radio station replayed the show again because COVID doesn't allow the studios to be open. So you see what we're doing is trying to get all the students into real experiences, okay? I'm going to show you one here in a second. I'm going to show you a clip of this. This was last year's National Western Stock Show where the students played 3 days. This was the alumni night wine tasting. Make sure that we're going to do this again this year. And so if you're interested in wine or listening to music or looking at a horse, we got all 3 for you there. Okay. The thing I want to show you though is something the students did this year, and I'm going to click to it. But St. Patrick is the patron saint of engineers. And so 4 years ago, we were invited to, on one of the anniversaries in Ireland of some revolt or rebellion. They never celebrate the end of something. It's always the beginning of rebellion. So we were for some rebellion, okay? But we were there for that and basically to represent engineers and St. Patrick. we're invited back this year because 2 years there's been no St. Patrick's Day parade. And so we're going to kind of do a Where's Waldo here with you, okay? These were bands from around the world. They were from South Africa, North Africa, Malaysia, Vietnam, China, Singapore, all over the world. There were 3 bands from the United States that were represented here. And you'll notice us because as you watch this video real quick, what I want you to notice is look for, let me get past all this. Look for the flannels, okay? Which, thank you, Marv K. Marv K was the one that helped us get those. So here we go. Unless you see this clip, but start looking for our students. They'll pop up all over. Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
We can hear it, but we can't see anything. Are we supposed to see something?
Wait, I got to ask, is no one seeing anything?
I'm not seeing anything. I'm seeing the original
I see the
document
photo
thing.
of the talk show and then I hear the music, but there's not a video.
Okay, well, let me go again here.
Okay, take 2.
This might be a
Talk
challenge.
show, take 2.
Just might be a challenge. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, we're going to take 2. It's not taking 2 on me. Darn. Wait a minute. It's taking 2. Can you see anything now?
You got to share your screen.
Okay. I'm going to try to. Now, I don't know why this is not doing this right now. Okay. I'm going to try to do this again, and I'm not sure why you're not seeing this. If not, I have more videos. Don't worry. I can keep this.
Don't
up.
forget the share screen thing.
That's what I'm trying to do, and it won't share. I don't know why. Who did wrong here? Okay. Well, never mind. Okay. Let me just move on then. Okay. I'm going to try this one other time. See if I can freeze this. How's it going out there, by the way? Anybody
That's
can talk
great.
about anything if you want to.
The
Okay.
weather, the sun is out.
You can
Uh-huh.
all see this, right? This is part of the, you can see this,
Yeah.
right?
Right?
Huh?
Now, when I do this, can you see anything?
Let's see.
Nothing?
Same, nothing changed.
Okay.
Same image, but no video.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on, so I forget that. Who needs it? Okay. Anyway, it was cool. I'll tell you about it later.
We could put it up on maybe the website or something,
Yeah,
right?
we'll put it up on the website. Meanwhile, what I want to do is the choir had to get ready, and I'm going to show you just a clip of them preparing their video. And this you can get for the St. Patrick's Day thing. Now you should be able to see something.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. And so there was a choral video, and then there was the other one that we can't see. And we'll put that up. Choir had to be limited this year again because of COVID.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So you got that. Okay. Now,
So wait, is the Green Center was redone, right? Has everyone seen that?
yeah, that was the Green Center. Everybody saw that?
Like, so like that's
Anybody
the new and
need to
improved
see it?
inside.
Anybody could see it again? I don't know
So
if you-
that's Bunker Auditorium, right? Complete remodel. How many years ago now?
Oh boy.
That-
Yeah.
Seems like
It's beautiful.
Everybody see that?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's changed quite a bit. The sound in there is amazing in there. That is a brand new organ, replacing the one that was burnt up in there when we got struck by lightning. That's that grand piano there was donated by an alum. That actually is the piano used in the first Iron Man movie. It's the old guy behind the piano is me. But anyway, I digress. Okay, let me move on here. Okay, and what I'm going to show you is the stock show. I got to get this thing to go away. Okay, I thought I had this so well put together.
Well, you did. I can attest to that.
I was feeling good about this. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, there we go. You can see something? Yay.
Yay.
The big thing here was that we got invited for this. There was a great video clip about our school. Bill saw all these things. And I just want you to see the students got in a situation that normally they wouldn't. And that was the whole point. They got to play as professional musicians. So here we go.
These women, mom and 2 daughters, are United States Dressage Federation Grand Prix gold medalists. And all 3 are together here at Denver for the evening of dancing horses for the first time. Thank you, ladies. And how about the Westerners from Jefferson County?
My presentation, and the other one that you need to see, I'll make sure it gets up on our website, because it's just amazing to see how many of the Mine students were part of that huge band from around the world. So Andrea had a question, and I can answer the question from before. Andrea, the one thing that the program really needs at the moment is, because we have so many students that are beginning on instruments they don't have because they didn't play them before, we're always looking for people who are interested in donating like violins, clarinets, the smaller instruments so they can, and guitars, so they can learn on these instruments and then move on themselves. And there was another question that I saw previously, and it has to do with speech and locution and improvisation and speech, and that's being offered by Joseph Beers. So now, as Hussein said, shut up.
That's
I have a question.
Yeah.
I was overwhelmed by all of the classes and areas that students can get involved in. It's a lot of different things, including vocal music. Do you hire, contract professors or teachers, instructors to come and deliver a voice class, or do we have those people on our staff?
We're using everybody on our staff right now, and we do have off and on, we do have basically 2-hour little master classes that we do offer throughout the semester, and maybe about 4 of them per year. Yeah.
Awesome.
Sean is here.
Very good.
You have to see the Ireland video. I wish I could do it.
Bob, why do you think the stock show and other places, and I mean, I know this answer, it's because we're awesome, but why Minds?
Because
wow, that's like, what? There are other groups, I think of CU and their gigantic program, and Minds just has a thing. And what is it about, what is the magic bullet there that they approached us for that?
I think the magic bullets that goes on, first of all, is enthusiasm that's shown, because these are not music students. These are engineers who are using another part of their talent. Now, we have basically gone head to head with CU and UNC and all the other bands. And the one thing the other directors have told me in no uncertain terms is our students want to be there. Now, I went through the USC band in California, and there's lots of times I didn't want to be there. So it was a class. And you can love things and go to school, and sometimes you have to be at certain things because you need the credits. But the one thing that everybody has talked about, and I think the stock show kind of showed it to me again this year, where one of when we got there, another show was going on in front of us, and they walked out into the arena, all the lights are on, everything's on, and they were just amazed, like a class of second graders. And they just, and that's something else. Or we were in the Vatican playing in St. Peter's, and one of the students was a geologist, and she was looking at the strata in the marble and trying to analyze it. And then she turned around to a fellow student and she said, "This is stupid. I'm here playing in the Vatican and I'm looking at the marble strata." I says, "Why?" But the wonder they have is why they keep calling us back. Initially, it's kind of like we fill a space because none of the other schools want to do it. We also were one of the very few universities that carried our music and arts program all the way through the semester. And most other ones had to basically vacate it at some point. And that didn't come from me or the faculty. That came from the students pushing and finding ways to do it. So it was COVID free and COVID safe and everything. But yeah, the big ingredient is that everybody we work with just talks about the fact you got to come back because it uplifts the rest of the people around them.
And Purdue invited you to, I think it was Purdue, right? That invited you to collaborate.
Yeah, I and Dr. Kathy Skokin, we're going to talk in Purdue this summer. Specifically, there's a conference with Disney and a couple other places where we're talking about how the experience, the problem has been in COVID, the latency issue and timing issue that everybody has, and how there are ways now to solve it technologically, but the fact that music and the arts are basically a sensory performance item, and because of that, you can't. Timing has to do with making the music and the art present to the person right here and now. And how can you do that with technology? There are ways. That's why I wanted to show you the video that we can't seem to get, up because that's my technological problem. But they kind of sound how to make a performance present to you, so you feel like you're actually there. So yeah.
To our alumni, if I may say so, we're always open to ideas in terms of student projects, courses, skills that fall within the purview of HASS that we should consider offering. And so please feel free to reach out to us with ideas, whether it's you have an idea now or in the future. We're always open to your engagement and input.
Yeah.
How would an alum be able to get a copy of one of the books that have been published by your faculty? I mean, are they readily available on Amazon, or do they go through the department? I think there could be an opportunity there for to promote all the things that are coming out of your faculty to our alums.
I think some of them are on Amazon.
Yeah.
I think some of them are kind of expensive. And so I don't know, you could come to the ethics library for some of the ethics stuff. I do know that we purchased some for the Minds library too. So you can buy them yourself. Not, I mean, of course, whatever. You can buy them yourselves, but some of them are expensive. And some of them, yeah, like that. And you know, that's another ethical issue. That's how these books shouldn't be so expensive, but they are what they are. And some of them are not, but some of them are. So. And
we always, when a new book comes out, we always hold a book talk, right? And so we'd be happy to invite alumni to book talks, obviously.
Yeah. And I just did a talk at the Golden History Museum about, so faculty do talks over there too. I assume everybody does, but I know I know Paula did, right?
Yep.
And I did, so yeah. So we do some stuff around town also.
And, I don't claim to have checked all the books that we publish, whether they're on Amazon or not, but most of them are, the vast majority.
I know.
Yeah.
And I have one more question, and then I'm going to be quiet because, once I ask a question, I think of 10 more, but I can talk to you guys offline. Do you ever, and this is for Bob, put out an invitation to alumni who had been involved in orchestra, the jazz band, or the marching band to come back and play during homecoming, or like an alumni band?
Yeah, actually, the alumni have been asking about starting up a band with the local. And JD Griffith has been taking the lead on putting that together. And he's one of them. The other person is Thorne Svensson, who was trying to get choral people together. Andrea, where are you located at? Are you in town? No. Andrea disappeared on me.
You leave us?
Anyway.
He left us. Yeah.
I don't, yeah. But we've been trying to put the word out that, especially during homecoming, as many of the alumni that can participate in anything, the orchestra program, the jazz program, or any of that, during that week, we try to weave everybody in completely.
Cool.
So,
yeah.
And those people who haven't played for a while go to the back.
You're in the back row.
There's certain people way back there.
I see a question in the chat from Stu as we wrap up our session today. Stu, do you want to elaborate a bit, or can everybody see Stu's question? Stu, are you there? There he is.
Yeah, I'm here. Just well, the question speaks for itself, but there are some impressive accomplishments here that you three have described. Do you have a concerted effort to work with our various media specialists, whether it be Rochelle in communication in the foundation, or Jason Hughes with the school, or Ashley Spurgeon with the magazine, to get the word out of what is going on? I mean, you've done a lot. It's impressive. I know I've seen articles in the magazine, but what's done to get this out into the public media to tell the Minds story? You all addressed the fact that Minds students never realize actually how talented they are. And they get out in the world and they meet with people in areas that are outside their comfort zone or even their academic zone. and they find they can hold their own with them academically, socially, in any way. So, and I think spreading that word would increase that confidence that they can participate. It's a big statement. Anybody want to tackle that?
I'll be happy to. So this is an area that we have not done enough in. So earlier this past semester, I guess now, or early in the spring, I asked my colleague Eliza Brewer and Jay Straker to be part of a communication committee, and they're working with the newsroom at Mines to have a social media presence. And I know that Eliza is learning the ropes of Instagram, something I don't know anything about, but it's an important social media platform. And so we're starting that effort to get the word out into the wider world beyond Mines.
Good. Very good.
I know that, yeah, just real quick, I know that we're always trying to get things out. I think most of us get deluged and forget to take this extra step. So the more people that remind us, the better.
Yep.
Good. I will jump in. We are at time, but I wouldn't be doing my job with all of this unless I put in a plug for next month's program. So for all of you regulars and those who are new, the next month Lunch Bunch will be on June 17th. That's a Thursday, of course. It's always the third Thursday. And the focus of next month's program is the Mines Museum. So Renata Loeffler, who is the director, will join us. They've had a lot of exciting new developments and renovations and upgrades and new stuff to share. So again, June 17th, it's on the website. When you RSVP, you will receive an email confirmation that includes the Zoom link. So be on the lookout for that. Bill, I'll turn it over to you for last comments and thank yous, and we'll wrap it up.
Thanks, Ruth, and thanks to the HASS team. Very interesting and impressive of what our Mines engineering students can do outside of engineering, and certainly does round them out. And I think actually, I think in many cases probably gives them a break from the from the academics. So appreciate that. And Bob, you're right. I was at the Western National 2 nights of the presentation, and it was very well received by everyone in the audience. And most of all, I thought the students just looked like they were having fun doing it, and after that. So congratulations to you all. Appreciate that. Thank you all for joining us, and we hope to see you at our next Lunch Bunch. Take care.